Controversies are good.
Is it?
Seriously, there is. I think it's good because we're in an industry, entertainment industry, which we we need discussions, we need forums, we need people in kind of debating about the content. To be a fine actor is a never-ending process, and there is nobody called an 100% best actor. There's nobody is there. I mean, you cannot act 100%. You can only go as close as possible. There's nepotism everywhere. As in, how do you look at nepotism? See, if I have a gold shop, if I've been doing business, I would have cracked so many, I would have networked so well, I would have formed a business. When my son comes, I would want to bring him in, make use of this network that I've done, and you can't complain about it.
Aadhi Pinisetty, welcome to screen.
Thank you.
Adi, in an era when literally everything sparks a controversy, what prompted you to take up a political drama like Mayasabha?
Controversies are good.
Is it?
Seriously, there is. I think it's good because we're in an industry, entertainment industry, which we we need discussions, we need forums, we need people in kind of debating about the content. So if that is happening, then provided the content is also good, then it's a win-win for the producers and the filmmakers. Don't you think so, Anandu?
Yeah, I do. But if at all that it's discussions that are happening. But if it becomes like something like blown out of proportion and it like you have seen what has happening, it been happening in like recent times. So if it becomes something else and there is a lot of like bad talk about the show, but that doesn't create the intended result, right? It will
Then
go into
if
when
it
it's
is
a
that way,
political drama, when it's a political drama wherein like characters have slightly those shades that might actually come across as like inspirations of real life people. I'm not saying it is, maybe. Then it becomes something else altogether, right? Is that something that you are concerned about?
See, that depends on what has been written, right? So
Hmm,
when I
hmm,
heard it, I didn't have that issue at all. I mean, I didn't see after, I mean, maybe till the series releases, we'll have all these discussions and debates. And once they start watching all the 9 episodes, I think there won't be any complaints, there won't be any regrets. I don't think people are going to be, but because it is not written for that reason. That's what I mean. The
yeah,
purpose
yeah.
is not that. There is a very interesting screenplay running, the good performers there performing, and there's a very good story that keeps you so glued to the screen. I don't think people will complain about it. They'll enjoy the show.
That's great. And considering that Maya Sabha is set in a bygone era, what was the most difficult aspect of performing the character and doing the show?
To be honest, nothing was difficult for me in this particular series, Anandu, because there's a lot of R&D being done by the team.
Hmm.
So every question that I asked, they had an answer for it because they've written it so deep. They had so many good layers for every role, not just my role, for every
Mhm.
role, and probably that is one of the main reasons I'm in the project.
Yeah.
So every role will have its up and downs, and there's a lot of great friendship going on. There's politics to lay them with. There are so many emotions that are so relatable when you watch it. I'm sure you will feel the same when you watch it. What is the question again? Sorry, Anandu. I mean,
What was the most challenging part about doing?
challenging part. So I think there are a couple of scenes in the eighth, ninth episode, which was challenging for me. Like as an actor,
Mhm.
when I was performing, Devasa was asking, like, can you just show me what you're gonna do? I myself didn't know what I was gonna do.
Hmm.
I had the lines in my mind, but I didn't know. I told Devasa, sir, let me just go and deliver.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, just see it. If you think it's not working, probably you can meter it up or down or tell me what I'm supposed to do because I don't know what I'm going to do. So I
Hmm.
went there, and those particular scenes, they were a little challenging because it had so much of intensity in it. And
Hmm.
other than that, I think in movies, as an actor, I've never done biopics before.
Yeah.
So we do it about a particular character who is in college or who is doing something, or who's a doctor or who's an engineer. It's about that particular time period, right? Whereas Mayasabha is about this guy who starts off from his college politics, and then he comes out of it, how he becomes a local leader, and how he loses, and again how he how passionate he is to to serve people and to empower people, and this whole journey till he is 55 or 50s, early 50s or late 50s. So this was a little different and unique for me as an actor because I've not done something like this, Anandu.
Yeah.
And there's another aspect of, I mean, there is this slight stammering that I have
Hmm.
in the first couple of episodes, and that was challenging me when I was that was challenging when I was dubbing for the
Hmm.
series. Not even while performing. While performing, I just did it like I had my own gut feeling like let do it here. Let's not do it. I never used to prepare. But I just used to be do it in flow. While dubbing, it was very difficult for me to make it very realistic. To sync to that stammer was a little difficult. That time, at that point of time, I felt, oh shit, it would have been better if I had sync sound, like live sound recording. But other than that, it's all put in a good, nice platter for us, and everything was so clear. Not much of difficulties.
Yeah. But I just want to ask you one more thing regarding that itself. Like you said, during those particular scenes, you had nothing in mind. You went ahead and you said that you will show something. If the directors are okay with it, let's go ahead, or like we'll fine tune it. But is that your process like throughout? Or like I meant, do you prepare extensively before the scenes, like at home or like whenever you get time? Or do you always like follow your gut instinct like that?
See, I don't think we can generalize it in that way. Every
Mhm.
scene is different. If a scene is high octane and the emotion is too high, and when it's happening at the spur of a moment, I think designing that will be a blunder from my point of view. So when you're going in a car, when you just something happens all of a sudden, you're getting down from it and you're just running towards a person and having a confrontation with that person. All this is very spontaneous, right? So designing that can be done to a very basic level, like in only place dots. So what happens in between the dots is something that I prefer it to be spontaneous, but doesn't matter. It has to be designed the same way for every other scene. There'll be a very light-hearted scene where, again, designing that also is a blunder. So it depends, Anandu. It's
Yeah.
better when it's spontaneous and you prepare very little for that particular situation, is what I feel. The
Yeah.
more preparation is, the more maybe a little staged it might look.
Conscious, you are, yeah, you might feel conscious and
Probably. Or
yeah.
maybe even if you prepare,
Hmm.
at that point of time, just let loose and just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you said once that one of the best decisions you ever made was not to confine yourself to lead roles. Like you've said that this helped you open up your horizons and like embrace more characters like the one you did in Rangastalam and all. But I think that's very like easier said than done, right? Because not a lot of people have managed to do that. There have been like a lot of actors who have ruined their careers running behind leading parts. Because once you experience that kind of a high of a leading man, it's not easy to give that up. What actually inspired you to follow that path?
I think I started my career like that, Anandu. I
Hmm.
never wanted to be a superstar or a hero. Or I'm not saying it's easy to be that. It is not. It is
Yeah,
very
no.
difficult. It's just that I never wanted to take that route. I wanted to be an actor, and I still am. I think I'm a very average actor,
Hmm.
and I want to. while exploring different roles, the process that I go through trying to learn something or trying to unlearn something that I've done before, it's a very interesting process for me. So I introduced myself with a film like Mrugam and Okavichitram. That itself will tell you like I was never, I never looked at me like a proper hero who does good stuff and he wants to be the protagonist and he wants to take the main center stage. I've done different roles from the beginning of my career, and that's exactly what I'm doing even right now. So that hasn't changed. My point of view or my perspective about how I'm looking at myself has never changed, Anandu. And I'm really enjoying the process.
But do you remember the first time you were like particularly impressed by your work?
When was I impressed by my work?
Yeah. Or the first time?
First time. See, there are films that I was really impressed about while I was doing. The films did not work at all.
Hmm.
So there's a film called Clap that I did where I played an handicapped sportsman who later on becomes a coach. That's one of my favorite works, and uh, it didn't turn out big. But still, I really enjoyed working on it. And there's so much that I learned on the sets of Clap, and that's also streaming on Sony Live. They've got the rights of. Uh,
Thanks.
so I still think, honestly, not for the sake of saying it, I'm saying it honestly. There is so much to learn. I mean, to be a fine actor is a never-ending process, and there is nobody called an 100% best actor. There's nobody is there. I mean, you cannot act 100%. You can only go as close as possible. If you start being 100%, then I think we become God. Yeah,
But
that's
who's that
impossible.
person you think that has gone very close, or like who has been that person or those people who have had the most influence on you as a performer?
There are lots of actors out there, Anandu. Um, I don't want to name any, but there are lots of actors out there, and every actor's approach towards their
Yeah,
work is very unique. It's
yeah,
very different. So we cannot be comparing, but there are too many actors out there who inspire me on a daily basis. It not it doesn't have to be the main leads. There are so
yeah.
many great character actors who are brilliant. There is so much that we can learn and get inspired from them as well. There are too many. I just didn't want to name a
Sure,
few.
sure, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you was that there is the question of whether there is nepotism in Telugu cinema has been like going around for a long time. Earlier this year, producer Nagavamshi has said that there's not much nepotism in Telugu. But Adi, is it possible to like completely ignore the fact that for a few people, I'm not saying that okay, everything is easy for them. No. But see, you are the son of Raviraj Pinisetty, and he is a very renowned director. So don't you think that for some, rightly or wrongly so, things are or the industry is more accessible even before their debut? I'm not saying that the journey afterwards is gonna be like everything is set, but don't you think that it's there? That's a privilege that not everybody has. So isn't there nepotism in Telugu cinema as well?
There's nepotism everywhere.
Hmm.
As in, how do you look at nepotism? See, if I have a gold shop, if I've been doing business, I would have cracked so many, I would have networked so well, I would have formed a business. When my son comes, I would want to bring him in, make use of this network that I've done, and you can't complain about it. It is one person's hard work, he's just passing on to another person. So if I'm from an industry, if see, my grandfather was not from films. He was a stage theater actor. He was a writer. He had no background at all. He worked his ass off to be, to go where he did as a writer, director. And then his hard work, I think my father, he continued it and he made around 50 films. That's not easy. That's very, very hard, right?
Yeah.
Again, that hard work is passed on to me, and I will not tell you it will help me. It again depends on me and my work, how
Hmm.
I'm approaching it. So every other field, nepotism is there, and I don't think there's anything wrong in that.
Hmm.
You can never ever complain because it is your dad's hard work that got you here. It is not going to take you anywhere. Again, you will have to work hard.
Yeah.
In that case, there are so many actors' sons or directors' sons or producers' son. Everybody would have been here and making like great films, but that's not what happens, right? It all depends on how hard and smart you work. And
Hmm.
yes, as you said, the entry becomes easy for them because of their fathers or grandfathers' hard work.
Hmm.
Again, that's not easy, right?
Yeah.
So if I am a person who doesn't have any industry support, if I've come into cinema hard way, if I cracked it, and next my son coming into this industry cannot be tagged as an epo kid.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't think so because it is my hard work that he is gaining out of it, and after that, where he goes, it is up to him.
Hmm.
The entry is easy because of somebody else's hard work, and I think that's fair enough, man. I don't think we should be even complaining. But in my case, it's completely different because dad is done a lot of films in Telugu, Anandu. You know that, right? So
Hmm.
I prefer to go work in Tamil. and
Yeah.
and even after Sarenodu, Rangasthalam, all these films, only after like maybe 10 years or 12 years of my film career in Tamil, I started getting offers in Telugu, looking at the work that I did in Tamil.
Correct.
So every Tamil film, and nobody knew my dad out there
Yeah.
because he never did any Tamil films. So, but still, in spite of which, there are people who say that, you know what, your dad is a director and you just, it's okay, let them say. It's not going to make
Hmm.
any difference because I know the struggles that I'm going through. Not just me, every other actor is going through to be what they are. Nothing is easy out here. You know it.
Yeah.
Nothing is easy. Yeah.
And what do you hope your career looks like 10 years from now?
As long as I'm alive, I just want to be in front of the camera and enjoy the process of acting, trying to, explore and become a fine actor day by day. And that's how I'm looking at it. No hurry.
Yeah.
God's grace, if we're here for a long time, then I'll be doing a lot of films. And I want to see myself better in every film.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And lastly, in your opinion, why should people watch Mayasabha?
So when I heard the script, I heard it like an audience, Anandu. I was not hearing the script or reading the script thinking that, okay, I'm doing this. Let me just see
Hmm.
how my role is. No, I was just reading it like how an audience would watch it on screen. And it was very, very interesting. Not just my role,
Hmm.
every other role, the way it is written. And there are so many tracks in this film. And I think if you start watching Mayasabha, it is very difficult for you to just stop. You would want to just continue watching it. You might end up watching till the end.
Yeah.
That's what I felt while working, and I hope audience would feel the same. Fingers
Yes.
crossed. Yeah.
Thank you. All the best, Adi. All the best for your future endeavors. All the best for
Thank you.
Mayasabha. Thank you for spending some time.
Thank you, Andu. August 7th on Sony LIV. Please go watch it. I hope you'll enjoy it.